with my channel, or on my channel, is, remember, like I've told you guys, when I was younger, I heard and saw things. Do you guys, okay, one of the creepiest things I've ever seen, as far as, like, I've seen a lot of creepy things, actually. I can get into it, but okay, but when I was younger, okay, and I'm talking probably like 4, maybe, I swear to you, okay, what are those purple plants that they always sell around Easter? They're not, it's not hibiscus, is it? You know, the purple, and they're like bulbed Easter plants. So we had when my grandma was still alive at this point, at this age, so our backyard was still like really nice and Italian, like gardened and everything. And I'm sitting on the porch, and I swear to you guys, I see one of those plants run across the yard, and because my grandma grew them, and just imagine that, just one plant like that, okay, and it ran in such a way that at my age, at like this young age, I caught the vibe of it, like it was like like, ooh crap, she saw me, this is good, like it was like oh crap, I'm caught it, but like I can sense that emotion or whatever, that vibe from this running plant. It wasn't like I was like, so no, I don't want to nap and I'm gonna fight my sleep and I'm gonna cry on the porch. No. And trust me, like, is that a chance that maybe, you know, kids' minds or whatever, but I don't know. I remember the heart, like this both of us and this, like, oh crap. So I remember that being part of it. It wasn't like I just, oh my god, I saw a running plant, it was scary. Like, no, I felt the emotion and like the energy. I said the vibe, and I never saw anything like that again. I wish somebody, like, I wonder if somebody can explain that to me. Like, is that like a mythology or like a folklore anywhere? Like, just, I'm sure running plants, but like, why, you know? It's so cool but creepy. Another weird thing, when I was younger, I remember I was like sitting upstairs, and you know, kids, they like to just do weird stuff, like they'll just lay on the floor and I'll like listen to the floor. I don't know, and know anything to enter. I can enter. That's why I'm the life of the party, guys. You know, I know how to start party. I know how to start and get the party started. All right, I just go up to floor, start listening to them. But no, I did, and you know, you can hear, like, I know how like sounds work of pipes, and just, you know, if you have it pressed tight to anything, you will hear the ocean, right, or whatever they say. No, guys, I swear to you, I was just laying on the floor, playing on the floor, and I heard, and that is what made me, yeah, yes, that is what made me lean more into the floor. I wasn't just like, that was kind of joking about that, because I heard a choir, like a church choir, you know, what you would hear a church choir singing. And so I leaned in more, and I heard it. And my uncle, or at that point, I think he did live downstairs at that point, and he is like he's Catholic, but he wasn't home, because I'm like, you know, even at that age, I remember like checking like out the window to see if his car was there, or I did something, and I remember being like, what's going on down there? I wasn't scared, but I also wasn't like super comfortable either. I was like, what's going on? What's happening? Where am I? Who am I? Where am I? What's going on? But those are the 2 creepiest things as a youngin' that I saw. I could get into 7 minutes. I might as well just talk about weird shit. If anybody has, nobody's gonna say anything to me at this point anyway. No, nobody dare. Maybe I'm begging. Maybe I'm the beggar now. What? How the shoe is on the other foot. I'm now begging you, not for mercy, but to be roasted, or to be harassed, so that I can roast you. Because I'm bored, I guess. It's like, guys, we've had see what toxic relationships do. Like, you just feel so empty when you part. All you shit talkers on my channel who just suddenly don't do that anymore. Yeah. Feel free to. You have my permission. I don't know if who else you're hiding from, but certainly you have my permission to talk more shit, and spread lies, because then that means I can roast you. But anyhow, I won't get into like how I got into spirituality, but I saw a nymph. I did see a tree nymph, and quite frankly, guys, I wouldn't even call it a nymph. I would refer to it almost godlike. Truly. I won't get into the story, but believe me, because I had to come home. It was such an experience. When I came home, I looked up on the internet. I was like, I think I looked up green tree lizard god or something, like, because that's how he was. So you could tell it was a male, okay, number one. And I wish I could get into the story, and I won't. It'll make it sound even more crazy, but trust me, I did ask for help. This lizard guy, whoever he was, this nymph god, he came through, because first of all, I was in a car, okay, and we're driving, and I see this tree god, okay, and I'm doing that kind of thing where I'm trying to keep my eye for as long as I could, and the whole entire time I saw it, he it was like he was almost part of the tree. Imagine like a green humanoid, like upper body, right? Almost like you would see like the Hindu god paintings, that kind of like body, like greenish, but the rest of him kind of was part of the tree in the woods. And he was so definitely masculine, and definitely like laid back, like, I got you, girl. Like that vibe, and like he, like a protector essentially, but he was just so powerful, but like laid back. And I like I said, I'd get into it, but I was asking for help, and at that point I hadn't quite believed. I wasn't like Christian or anything like that yet. I was just, like I said, guys, I've always believed in God. I just didn't have a concept, necessarily needed a concept, verbalized in my own mind to understand what that meant. But I did pray to, like, I asked for God's help, and then I saw that, and how cool. But yeah, I wish I've tried looking up, like, I don't think that was a nymph, because nymphs are usually female, I believe, in folklore. And what is it, satyr? No, it's not satyrs who are the men. They're whatever, but they're usually not like godly, This thing was definitely royal, and not like unfriendly or anything, but protective of me. That was very cool. I've told you guys about Margaret the ghost. I've always seen shadow people, No, not just from drugs, guys. Like, as a youngin', that house I grew up in was certainly haunted, which, by the way, guys, like, mold and fungus can have an impact on that. Like, I am aware, like, if you or someone has been affected by or been exposed to asbestos, it might, and you had a haunted house on top of it, that there are connections to that. There are scientific, like, ties, but it doesn't mean that, it doesn't discredit what you experienced. But in my apartment, I would always have creepy backdoor people. The night of March 3rd, I actually was seeing them. It's never the same people. This particular group, March 3rd, or the night March 3rd, March 4th, I was trying to cover my window, my freaking blind, like the thing kept falling off the back door. And because I think if you watch my videos, you know I've mentioned it's hard to hang anything in that apartment, or was, still is, for whomever is living there now. I feel bad, guys. I wanted to, like, kind of bless that place, you know, seriously, like, for the next person who lived there. Yeah, I don't care if I don't know, you know, I don't, whether I knew them or not, I wanted to do that, and I certainly wanted to help Margaret. But, I saw in that apartment another time, some weird creature in the vent. The best way I could describe it would be, if you've ever watched Moana, the scene where she goes to the underworld, like the water where the big crab's shiny. I forget what it's technically called. She goes there with Maui, and he's ahead of her, and there's like these monsters that get like sprouted up from the ocean floor, and one of them is like this neon kind of like weird, like monkey kind of like looking weird drawing creature thing. Yeah, I've seen something not that thing, guys. No, it's not. Like, I watched Moana and then I thought I saw it. No, that's just the best way I could describe what I saw in the living room vent in that apartment, the one that my former apartment that you guys have seen. Yeah, I've seen that. Some weird creature. I'm trying to think of. Oh, guys, it was so creepy. I saw one time I was taking a walk in Elkland, right, in town, and I was just kind of listening to music. I was, like, out of it, you know, I wasn't, like, fully aware of my surroundings as far as, oh, that's the former football field or the former soccer or whatever. I just saw a place to walk that felt like I could be alone, you know, and it's en route to the cemetery, okay? And I'm walking, and then all of a sudden, I see teens, right? Like picture like athletes, like high school athletes running, like around, like running in a circle. And I'm like, are those real? Like, because clearly they didn't look fully human, like 3D or this part of this dimension. They had that ghostly kind of apparatus vibe going on. And I'm like, and then I started noticing, I'm like, okay, I see them running. Then I notice it's the old, or sometimes they'll have baseball games there. It's an old field, but they don't use it often, and there's no track going on there, I could tell you that. And it was like creepy, almost like sometimes they come back kind of vibe, like, you know, like old athletes. Like, I would say maybe like 5 of them or something running track. And I had to walk past. There was no other. I was like, what do I do? Like, I ran like that plant. I ran faster than that plant could ever run. Okay, we almost, you know, ran right into each other from being so scared.